is just one experience after another. It's never as good as you think, and it's never as bad as you think, and you don't get as much credit as you deserve, and you should be giving yourself more credit, and you should not care what they think. They are not people. They are not in your life. They are not in your lane. They don't exist. Nobody cares as much as you do, and nobody should. You should care for yourself more than anyone else in the world. More than anyone else in the world. You should care for yourself more than anyone else in the world, because you can only care for someone else as much as you care for yourself. I can tell by how you take care of yourself how much you love yourself. Your body is a representation of how much effort, time, care, consistency you put into yourself. And that can be negative and that can be positive depending on perception, but regardless, your body is a reflection of how you care for yourself. And your body only reacts to what you feed it. What you listen to, what you hear, what you think, how you eat, what your workout gym routine looks like, what your hygiene regimen looks like. How do you care for your teeth? How do you care for your eyes? How do you care for your hearing? Do you regularly go to the doctor? Do you have a general doctor? As a woman, do you have an OBGYN? As a man, have you got your annual exams? When's the last time you took a physical? When's the last time you went to the dentist? Do you have health insurance? What's going on? These are all reflections of how you care for yourself. This also tells me how much I should care for you, because I'm not putting more effort into you than you put into yourself. And you can't expect anyone else to. You cannot expect someone else to care for you more than you care for yourself. You cannot expect someone else to watch after you more than you watch after yourself. You don't even feed yourself right. Why would you expect a man to take you on a fancy expensive dinner that you wouldn't take yourself on? A fancy vacation that you couldn't afford yourself? It starts with you. And the great thing is you can always make the adjustment. You can decide to change your eating habits. You can decide to change your workout habits. You can decide to change your listening habits, your learning habits, your reading habits. Maybe you need to read more. Maybe you need to listen to podcasts instead of music. Maybe you don't need to be on Netflix after work. Maybe you need to create your own animated series. Whatever you need to do to take care of you, you need to do that. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else cares as much as you do, and they shouldn't. And you shouldn't try to convince them. You are a reflection of how you treat yourself. So if somebody else does not can't see, if they can't see how you treat you based on how you carry yourself, then you don't have to convince them. You do not have to be a negotiator of your worth. If you don't see it, then it's not for you to see. If you don't see it, then I don't see why I need to convince you. If you don't see it, you're not going to see it because you don't see it in yourself. And I can't convince you of that. I can't convince you that you are worthy. I can't convince you that you are enough. I can't convince you that your personality is attractive. You have to see that for yourself. You have to want to know. And I want you to know. I want you to know that you are enough. You are worthy. You are capable. You are fantastic. You are amazing. Your personality is magnetic. Your aura is attractive. Your energy is energizing. I want you to know how perfect you are, how amazing you are, how nobody else can take that away from you. Because I'm growing as a better person. Because I'm willing to release what no longer serves me. Because I'm willing to walk away from people who don't appreciate me. Because I'm willing to have more and sacrifice more and do more in order to have better. There is nothing that I can't accomplish. So if I'm experiencing more every day, if I'm thinking more every day, if I'm seeing more every day, then I can have more every day. I do not have to limit myself to one situation, to one person, to one opportunity, to one experience. Even if I committed to it in the past, I can change my mind. I have the free will. I have the free will to change my mind at any moment. And I respect your free will to change your mind at any moment. All I ask is that you're honest. And I will be honest with whoever it is, with whoever needs it. Because I'm honest with myself to know that this situation and this moment and this relationship and this opportunity is temporary. It's never going to be like this again. So why am I holding on to this so long, to that so much, to that person, to that thing, to that thought, to that community, to that church, to that school, to that work, to that employment, to that creation? No. Why am I holding on to the idea that someone else imparted on me? I have the capability, I have the knowledge, I have the experience, I have the will, I have the want to do better, to get better, to experience more. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I don't need anybody in my way. I don't need anyone who's going to interject. I don't need anyone who's going to express their negative opinions on me, project their negative experiences on me. My experience will not be like yours. It starts with you. And the great thing is you can always make the adjustment. You can decide to change your eating habits. You can decide to change your workout habits. You can decide to change your listening habits, your learning habits, your reading habits. Maybe you need to read more. Maybe you need to listen to podcasts instead of music. Maybe you don't need to be on Netflix after work. Maybe you need to create your own animated series. Whatever you need to do to take care of you, you need to do that. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else cares as much as you do, and they shouldn't. And you shouldn't try to convince them. You are a reflection of how you treat yourself. So if somebody else can't see, if they can't see how you treat you based on how you carry yourself, then you don't have to convince them. You do not have to be a negotiator of your worth. If you don't see it, then it's not for you to see. If you don't see it, then I don't see why I need to convince you. If you don't see it, you're not going to see it because you don't see it in yourself. And I can't convince you of that. I can't convince you that you are worthy. I can't convince you that you are enough. I can't convince you that your personality is attractive. You have to see that for yourself. You have to want to know. And I want you to know. I want you to know that you are enough. You are worthy. You are capable. You are fantastic. You are amazing. Your personality is magnetic. Your aura is attractive. Your energy is energizing. I want you to know how perfect you are, how amazing you are, how nobody else can take that away from you. And life is just one experience after another. So what does that mean? Don't hold on to these experiences too long. Don't hold on to these people and these relationships for too long. Once you see that it is expiring, once you see that it is no longer serving you, once you see that it is no longer healthy from you, leave, exit. Say goodbye. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not best for you to say goodbye. Maybe you need to do a obvious goodbye, Russian goodbye, a Persian goodbye, an English goodbye, Australian, whatever. Maybe you just need to excuse yourself from the situation. Because not everybody is worth your time. Not everything is long lasting. Everything has an expiration date. Maybe you need to put it in the freezer and freeze that person, that situation, that relationship. Put it on ice for a second. because it's not worth your energy if it's not healthy for you. It's not worth you holding on to when you have better opportunities waiting for you. You have your whole life ahead of you. You have opportunities waiting for you. You have people who love you. You have people who want to experience you. Don't hold yourself back from better because you're stuck with familiar. Don't hold yourself back from better because you're scared, or because you're frightened, or because you're threatened, or because somebody told you. No. Life is one experience after another. After this, there will be something else. After this, there will be better. After this, there will be more. After this, I'm going to experience someone who treats me better, does me better, fills my cup, compliments me better. I'm going to be better, so I'm going to attract better people, better experiences, better places, better opportunities, better money, better luxuries, better leisure, better. Because I'm growing as a better person, because I'm willing to release what no longer serves me. Because I'm willing to walk away from people who don't appreciate me. Because I'm willing to have more and sacrifice more and do more in order to have better. I'm not holding myself captive to what I think I wanted, to what I thought I wanted. This is great, but I can think of better, so therefore I can have better. I can do better, so therefore I can have better. I can be better. There is nothing that I can't accomplish. So if I'm experiencing more every day, if I'm thinking more every day, if I'm seeing more every day, then I can have more every day. I do not have to limit myself to one situation, to one person, to one opportunity, to one experience. Even if I committed to it in the past, I can change my mind. I have the free will. I have the free will to change my mind at any moment. And I respect your free will to change your mind at any moment. All I ask is that you're honest. And I will be honest with whoever it is, with whoever needs it. Interactions are more enjoyable. That there's not a heavy stress level. That I can take some of your burdens away. That I can listen to some of your celebrations, burdens, stress, happiness, joy. I can listen to that, and I can be happy for you because I'm happy for myself. I can celebrate you because I can celebrate myself. And I know that whatever joy that you're experiencing is joy that's in my atmosphere. It's joy that's around me. It's joy that's available to me. Life is just one experience after another. I don't have to hold on to anything for too long. If it's past its expiration date, I can throw it away. I can dismiss myself. I can partake for as long as it is beneficial. And when it is no longer beneficial, I can no longer partake. And I'm not apologizing for it. It's never as good or as bad as you think it is. It's never as good or as bad as you think it is. Our mind plays tricks on us. Our mind wants us to think that this is the worst thing that has ever happened, or this is the best thing that has ever happened, or this is the craziest thing that has ever happened. It's not. It's happened before. It's happened to so-and-so. They went through the same thing. They went through a worse situation. They had less resources than you. They had less support than you. They had less family than you, less friends, less engagement, less social media presence. They had it worse than you. What you're going through is not as bad as you may think. What you're going through is possible to get through because people have been doing it for centuries. People have been doing it and are currently doing it over and over and over again. There is nothing that you are doing right now that is unheard of. You may have specific situations. You may have a specific outcome you're trying to get to. You may have specific parameters you have to work against. But guess what? That's your challenge. And you can handle those challenges. That's why they're yours. Because somebody else went through the same thing and they had a different set of challenges. They had a different starting point. And they have a different goal. Maybe they are thinking and strategic enough to have an outcome that is positive that they're working towards, or maybe not. Maybe they're just going with the flow and they're just letting life happen to them. Maybe they have negative Nancy's in their ear telling them all the projections and everything that they went through and how it went for them. It's never as bad as you think your situation is. And it's also never as good as you think your situation is. You could be doing better. Yes, you did amazing. You should celebrate you. Yes, you were disciplined and you had this goal and you reached it. Yes, you were awarded and you were the best or the top in your... But you could do better. And you have the opportunity to. And the situation is going to change. Right now, you're at the top of your game. You're the best this is the best money you've ever experienced. This is the best pay you've ever had. But it's still at the bottom of somebody else's totem pole. When you get to the height of where you are, you're still at the bottom of someone else. There's still more to go. You still have more goals to accomplish. You can do better. And I want you to believe that you can do better. I want you to know that there is no stopping point. Even when you reach the goal grows. Even when you reach the top of the pinnacle or where you think you want to be, there is more expansion to be had. There's more greatness to be accomplished. And even if it's not for you, it's for you to share. You can help somebody else. Maybe someone needs your opinion. Maybe you need maybe you need to be the encouragement to someone else. And that's how your fortune grows. That's how your perception grows. That's how your audience grows. That's how your business grows. That's how your life grows. That's how your children grows. That's how your legacy grows. That's how your family grows. That's how your husband, your marriage, your partnership, whatever you have, it grows by sharing. So there's always more to share. Even if you're not sharing directly, you are an example to somebody. Somebody is looking at you. Why? Because someone else is going through a worse situation. Someone has stricter parameters than you do. Someone has less resources than you do. And they're looking at you as an example. They're looking at your consistency to keep going. It's never as good as you think. It's never as bad as you think. And you need to celebrate both. Celebrate the good, celebrate the bad, celebrate what you got through, celebrate what you're going through, celebrate what you're going to get to. Period. Celebrate who's coming with you, celebrate the relationships you've had along the way. There's so much to be proud of. There's so much to experience. And when you get to experiencing these things and see them as accomplishments, it pushes you to move forward. When you can see a failed relationship or a expired relationship as an experience, the fact that you got to experience that person and have this relationship build, that's worth celebrating. That's worth acknowledging that you got through something, that you got through this relationship, that you experienced this person's aura, that you experienced this energy, that you know how to handle situations like this because of this person, because of this experience that you had. That you're doing better than you give yourself credit for. You're doing better. You're doing amazing. You're doing so much more fantastic than you give yourself credit for. So even when you're down in the dumps, even when you feel like you have so much to accomplish, even when you feel like you have not reached a goal, even when you feel like it's hard every day to get up out of bed, know that you're doing better than you give yourself credit for. And even if your best that day is laying in the bed, that is caring for yourself. Even when your best that day is making a list of to-do, you're doing it for yourself. You're being the best person that you can be in that moment. And maybe your body and your mind and your time need to rest. Maybe the best thing you can do that day is rest. Because there's nothing worse than rushing into something negative. Rushing into something that was an expired opportunity or an expired relationship, or looking back and wishing that I would have just stayed in the house that day. I would have just stayed in the bed that day. Life is not a rush. Life is not a race. Life is not who does it faster, who does it better. This is your life on your timing. So yes, we want to be strategic. Yes, we want to be calculated. Yes, we want to have a plan. Yes, we want to have goals and accomplishments to reach. But it's not a rush. You're going to get your goals and plans reached. You're going to have accomplishments. That's a given. As long as you're trying, as long as you set yourself up for success, as long as you know where you're going, as long as you have some type of plan, making accomplishments every day, having positive thoughts, having people that look up to you, you're going to have accomplishments to celebrate. You're doing better than you think. And a lot of it is simply mindset. A lot of it, most of it, 90% of it, 99.9 is mindset. If you think you can do better, then you can. If you think that there's more out there, then there is. If you are listening to certain music, certain podcasts, negative people's experiences on what they went through, what happened to them, so get away from negativity. Stop listening to that music. I know you love it. Stop loving it. Find something else to do. Talk to yourself more. Make your own music. What would your music sound like? What would your movie be about? What would your book be about? What is your social media about? If it's not positive, if it's not expressive of you, if it's not expressive of your experiences, your relationships, how you carry yourself, if it's not giving you a goal, motivation, accomplishments to achieve, then maybe that is what needs to change. Maybe what you are thinking is based on what you've been hearing. Not maybe, absolutely. What you have been listening to is a reflection of where your mindset is. If you're sad about a relationship, don't listen to sad relationship music. If you're looking for a relationship, don't listen to breakup music. Don't listen to cheating. Don't listen to sad, I can't do this, I can't do that. Know that you can. Make a music that you want to listen to. Write the songs that you want to listen to. That should be playing in your head. Not the beat and the song and the producer and the... No. For me, I want to learn Spanish. I think I think I should be bilingual. I listen to other people all day and they're bilingual and they understand it. They can read it. They can write it. I took in Spanish for years in college and high school. Why am I not bilingual? So guess what? I'm changing my music to Spanish, to the language I want to learn and understand. I changed the podcast selection to Spanish. I have the ability to change whatever I want to change based on what I'm listening to, what I'm hearing, what I'm attracting, what I'm doing, what I'm being, how I'm acting. If I want to change my language, my speech, my opportunities, my relationships, I have the power to do so. Because life is one experience after another. I've spoken English for 30 years. Why not try Spanish? Why not try Portuguese? Why not do Mandarin? I don't know. Why not do all five at once? That wouldn't be strategic, but you get my point. We're being strategic about exactly what we want, where our goals is, having the experience, and flowing with our knowledge. We're letting our knowledge flow. We're letting our experience flow. We're releasing what no longer serves us. We're releasing relationships and peoples and thought process that no longer serve us. Because why am I holding on to you so tight, knowing that it's temporary? This relationship is temporary. Regardless of how you feel, this relationship is temporary because my mindset right now is temporary. I'm going to grow. My mindset is going to change. My experiences are going to change. I'm going to have additional relationships that's going to change me, going to change my mindset for the better because I'm strategic about it, because I'm doing this on purpose, because I'm learning and growing and expanding on purpose. Nobody cares about the things that you care about as much as you do. So if I can't tell by your appearance, if I can't tell by your actions, if I can't tell by how you treat and carry yourself, if I can't tell by your mindset and your speech and your speaking pattern and how much you're learning and how much you're growing, if I can't tell that you care that much, then nobody else cares that much. And it's not wise, it's not reasonable for you to put your cares on someone else. No one else can do what you do as much as you do it. No one else can do what you do as great as you do it. You're going to do it so much better than anything and anybody else. Your accomplishments are going to be so much more worthy. Your accomplishments are going to be so much more celebrated and supported than anything anybody else can do ever. Because you did it under your parameters, with your restrictions, with your mindset, with your growth potential, with your past experience, with your support, with your mind, with your beauty, with your standards, with your excellence. It's going to be so much better. It's going to be so much funner, happier, joyfuler, colorfuler. Whatever you are, it's going to be you-er. It's going to be you on a whole nother level that you don't even know you're capable of. These are levels that we are not even thinking that we're going to reach because we have yet to experience it yet. We don't know what opportunity is coming next. We don't know what relationships we're going to be introduced to next. You don't know what mindset, what growth potential, what idea you're going to have next. So don't be afraid to release this period of life. This is just a period. This is just a season. This is just temporary. It's great and it's wonderful, but there's more to come. The same leaves that on that tree right now is not the same leaves from yesterday. It's not the same leaves from last season. That leaf wasn't even there last season. It was winter. That leaf wasn't even existing last season. It was winter. It was fall. It was a whole nother season. And so is your attitude. So is your perception on things. So is your experiences. So is your hair. So is your skin. You are literally a whole new person from last season. Do not let old experiences, old people, old projections, old thought patterns, old speech patterns, old music, old songs, old movies set the tone for right now. It's a new season. It's a new day. It's a new life.